Now we will have the nomination for the state party chair race. First will be Jeff Bell, and then after that, Chairman Wayne Holland.
Hi, I'm Misty Fowler. Thank you. In Utah, it's been said that we can't challenge the status quo, and we've seen that in action. We can't stand up for human rights if it's associated with gays, lesbians, or transsexuals. We didn't see the leadership of the Democratic Party utter one word in support of the Common Ground initiative. What we did see was candidates being told not to even bother expecting to win the first time they run. Give it 3 campaigns, and then maybe they will. We heard that Democrats can't win in Utah, and we saw Chris Butters win another term. This happened during a time that all across Utah, people could be heard saying, "Yes, we can." Barack Obama won Salt Lake County, which was the first time in decades that a Democrat won a presidential race here. As chair of Utah for Obama, I cannot tell you how many times I heard, "We can't do this. This cannot be done, not in Utah." We won, though, and we won because people were inspired. They got involved, they made phone calls, they knocked on doors, they volunteered at the Obama campaign headquarters. We ignored people when they were telling us that it couldn't be done. People that had been lifelong Republicans, people that were jaded because politics were just full of politics, and thought that they couldn't make a difference, now knew that they could. Young people, old people, LDS people, Catholic people, atheist people, all of these people got involved in democratic activism in Utah, knew no racial, religious, or social barriers. We saw people realize that if they got involved, they could make a difference. And you know what? We did. It wasn't party insiders or high-dollar donors that made that 2008 election a good year for Utah. We need someone as state party chair who knows how to keep the enthusiasm and hope alive. Someone who sees, just like Barack Obama did, that 1,000 $20 donations will outshine a single $20,000 donation. You can put up all of the billboards that you want, but it's not until a neighbor talks to a neighbor about how exciting a candidate is, and then people will start to care about who's in office and who is representing them. And until that happens, the status quo is all we are going to get in Utah. That has to change. And that is why I am proud to nominate Jeff Bell to change the status quo as Utah State Democratic Party Chair.
We have to call in the professional.
Broke my computer. Isn't this fun? Isn't technology grand? It's been that kind of a day. One thing after another is gone. I'll play the video at the end. It's supposed to go at the beginning. But my children have never known a Democratic governor. They don't know what it's like to live in a state with a Democratic-controlled House or Senate. What they've watched since I moved back to Utah in 2000 was their father frustrated year after year at the kind of insane shenanigans that we see members of the Republican legislature get away with every year. I have an outlet that I communicate. I have several outlets that I communicate through. I have a blog that takes an awful lot of readers year after year. Week after week, I have people from as far away as Mongolia and from as near as my next door neighbor who leaves comments that I often don't post. I can't, it's a family blog or something. I watched this year of enthusiasm, this year of Obama, this year of change and rebirth for the Democratic Party, and I felt that. I got excited, my kids were excited, my 6-year-old arguing with my 74-year-old grandfather about whether or not Obama was neater than her dad. It's the only time I think that my father's ever leaned towards a Democrat in that regard. I watched what felt like momentum as the state party outraised for the first time in spoken, written, etched, or cave-painted history as we outraised the Republican Party. And then to have, at the end of this season, to find out that with all that we've done and with all that was pushed, and all of these accomplishments, we picked up 2 seats. I can't help that you broke my computer. 2 seats. In 2006, we picked up 2 seats. There are braggable accomplishments that have happened. What we do not have, and what we must have to move forward, is the atmosphere, is the noise of Democratic pride every month of every year, not just a couple of weeks before an election. We set the tone of who we are and what we are about, so that our candidates no longer have to defend being a Democrat, but can spend their time defending their issues. Because our issues are right, and our issues are righteous. And we are in touch with what makes the human experience that of shared community. But right now, we are about to enter into an election cycle for what is probably the most important gubernatorial race we have seen. If for no other reason on environmental issues, the student Governor Herbert, if that doesn't run a chill down your spine, I don't know what will. Governor Herbert and his Republican legislature will start to roll back the tiny baby steps that the Ambassador Huntsman made towards leaving this world a better place than we found it for our children.